Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name's Andy, Corporate Commander TFW, and I'm joined this week by the Book of Justice, the Book of Peace. It's Mikey G. Wolf E3. Hello Mikey.
I like to say I'm the Booker Prize. Very few people will get that.
Well, this is the end of the show for this week. You've already ruined it, Mikey. Thank you. And when I had nice comments and feedback to give you as well, you'll never hear them now.
Oh, no one's sending
did.
me feedback.
Well, no, because it was posted on Patreon, but it was about you.
Is it that I'm sexy?
Um,
Because I already know that.
No, it's not. It's not.
But
like
I already know that.
Yeah.
I know that already.
that. How's it going, Mr. Mikey? Going good?
Not too bad, not too bad. How is Andy?
Fine and dandy, I guess, as much as it can be. There's not a lot of news for this week, though. It's pretty thin on the news, ain't it?
Like, the only thing we could have that we don't is a bunch of interviews, and they're all about stuff that I don't really want to get into.
No, I mean, they might
they're
be...
good interviews. They're perfectly fine interviews. They're just, like, not really my area.
They're a bit dry, especially... I think they're interesting enough if you want to go and read them, but I think it's a bit dry just reading what they are.
Yeah, so if anyone wants to know, there's an interview with one of the big Takara designers over on TFW in 3 parts, which revealed that there were 14 people worldwide designing Transformers.
That's kind of mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone picks on poor old John Warden.
Oh, poor John. Poor John. We do have crappy news, though, Mr. Mikey, which we may as well kick off with. As I was going through the news this week, a few minutes before the show started, I saw this, and I was like, oh, no. Who's gonna buy this? I'm sure someone will buy it, but there is a Bumblebee movie, DJ Bumblebee. We have an official advert video for it. So when I saw the title for this, I had no idea what the fuck a DJ Bumblebee could be, apart from, hitting them tables. Is that what they are? With the
turntables. They're called. They're called turntables. You're a disappointment to literally all of us.
Really? Did I strike you as a person that would know about turntables?
My dog knows about turntables. It's not a piece of knowledge. It's not an achievement to know about that. It's an achievement not to.
Your dog is a monster. That's why.
Listen, just because she started writing that letter one time to the president.
A monster. So, for those of you not aware, I'll give you the description that they got for this figure. This thing. Drop the beat with the DJ Bumblebee figure. Using singback tech, the figure records kids' voices and records it for the government. Stored for later dates to be used against the parents. Potentially, but that's not what it says. And then plays back the soundbite in sync with one of 3 awesome tracks. 1 of 3.
3 awesome tracks, Andy.
1 of 3, that's right. Kids control the mix. The mix move. It says mix, then it's got a dash. Move the figure's left arm to swing this. To switch the song, and the right arm to control the tempo. Wow, gets worse. Figure comes with preloaded music clips. Walk This Way. Oh Jesus. Originally recorded by Aerosmith, if you're not aware.
I love the fact, can I just say, knowing what I know about Aerosmith, the fact they're on any toy related to children is hilarious.
They don't strike me as a kid-friendly band.
No.
There's also Bust a Move, which was originally by Young MC.
These are songs that none of these children will have heard.
No, I'm sure he's old MC at this point. And the original G1 Transformers Robots in Disguise theme song. What does that mean? What song is that?
I think it's just like the opening.
Is that for G1 though? I asked because there's a few things. G1, so go, okay, the original series, then it says Robots in Disguise and go...
I think that's the name of the song.
Yeah, it's probably the very, very first one from season 1.
But I'm also like, these are all 80s songs, which I get.
Yeah.
But these are 80s songs that people playing with these will not want to listen to.
They might if they're in the movie, which it might be an indicator that they're at some point going to pop up in the movie. Don't hold me to that, but that's the only kind of logic that I can go with to connect these things.
I'm not sure how I'm going to react to a small child running around singing "Walk This Way."
No, it seems odd.
Especially if they like start YouTubing it and seeing things.
The DJ Bumblebee figure also dances, that should be in quotations, to the beat during playback. Product does not cover, but can still mix it up.
Doesn't change, but it mixes it up.
It mixes it up. So, Mikey, you saw the advert and you saw what this Bumblebee can do is the kids dance in a massive bedroom. My God, that bedroom is massive for those kids. They must live in a fucking mansion. Jesus.
I have to admit, when it cuts to where you can't see Bumblebee,
yeah,
I kind of see the first thing my head went to, and here's a father finding his children having a psychological episode.
I can see that.
But then, it makes so much more sense when he's hiding behind the door.
Yep, much more sense.
To be fair, if you were going to invite Bumblebee over, you'd need a room that size. You wouldn't fit otherwise.
I mean, that is true. You got to fit a Volkswagen Beetle in robot form, standing upright. So, that fair on you for doing that. Mikey,
no.
DJ Bumblebee.
No.
Do you not want to walk this way?
No.
Do you not want to bust a move?
No, I can't.
Do you not want to Robots in Disguise theme song?
No, because it reminds me of RAD 2015. Yeah, this is for people who bought those Squeaks toys that no one bought.
You know what it reminds me of? When I saw this advert, it reminded me of the Christmas episode of the Justice League where the Flash tries to get the duck that dances and farts.
No, you will not besmirch the best Christmas episode ever with such comments, with such baseless accusations, sir.
Tell me that this is not the same thing.
No, it's not.
Because
that was a beautiful story about a man who literally cannot hold still for 5 seconds, and another guy who apparently, once I figured out he was actually a comic book character, is a genius who transferred his brain into a giant albino gorilla.
Yes.
Who discovered the meaning of Christmas. Also, Clark still thinks Santa's real.
But you can't deny that the duck and this Bumblebee are the same.
No, I can deny because the duck is pure.
How is it pure?
Because the duck is wholesome and pure.
How? Explain.
Because it's not this.
I don't think that holds up in an argument. Because it's pure because it's not this.
Yeah.
No. See, if you decided to argue that it became pure when the Ultra Humanite changed it so
with his tiny Christmas tree.
Yeah, so it did stories and told about stories and stuff. I would have agreed with you there. But no, it's the same thing. It dances and it doesn't do anything. It's like when it says it dances, it does less than those little robot dogs, where it went
it does
beep, beep, and it walked forward and then it did a backflip.
Andy, it does less than those, like, go into a novelty shop, find a fish and turn it on and it starts singing at you and then looks at you.
Yeah.
It does less than that.
At least you can pair that up with Alexa so that when Alexa speaks, it's coming out of the fish. That's pretty boss. I mean, maybe there is a market for this, but I can't imagine it's a massive one. This just, like, how many parents will see this and think this is something that a kid would want? Maybe they do. The same people that Hasbro was making those Squeaks toys for, those thousands and thousands of overly marketed Squeaks toys for, that no one bought. Yeah, I imagine this will be cheaper though, because it has to be.
I hope so, but I would not actually put my money on it.
I will, because the Squeaks thing was completely remote controlled, so it was a bit more electronics and gadgets in it. This will be cheaper. I think it will still be around the $20 to $30 price point, or maybe more. But I don't think it'll get to the heights of Squeaks. So it'll probably sell a little bit better than Squeaks, but I don't think it'll be one of those. Here's another thing that will sit on a shelf.
That will be thrown away in about 6 months' time.
Probably, yeah.
If you're a good parent.
No, we did have stuff that was silly back in the 80s,
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, I accept that, but, tat is tat, regardless of era.
Yeah.
It was tat then, it is tat now.
I'm trying to think, like, did I get any Transformers tat? I think the most tatty Transformers thing I had as a kid, granted I was more of a 90s kid, but run with me here, was when I bought my G2 Megatron, I got a G2 Megatron watch, if you remember that.
Yeah, I've never had. I had the Megatron, but I got him like as a bargain bin kind of thing, so I never got the accessories.
Yeah, I think...
Wasn't that a little tank that turned into a watch?
It didn't turn into... It was a watch. From what I remember, and it has been a long time, and I haven't really seen pictures of it, is it was the Megatron tank, effectively, just more simplified, with two buttons. I think one of the buttons, you pressed it and it kind of unlocked the clock bit, which kind of shot down underneath it, and then you'd push it back up into the tank, and the other button made the little light on the tank turret go pew, pew, pew.
Yeah. Listen, we've all bought Tamagotchis at one point or another.
Yeah, Christ. Yeah.
We've all done it. It's fine, but I feel this is tattier.
I was so annoyed when I got a Tamagotchi because I thought it was a Digimon and it wasn't.
Oh no, Andy, no.
Yeah.
Did they ever get released over here?
What's that? Digimon, yeah?
The Digimon? I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't remember because
yeah.
I had the Tamagotchi because everyone in school had one, so you had to get one.
No, a few kids. I don't know whether the kids in my school got Digimon from America's like trips and stuff, but I remember my friend having the weird, not yellow but slightly greenish yellow Digimon thing and plugging it in with someone and going, "Oh, we're fighting now," and these little fists flying from one side of the screen and then flying onto the other person's screen, and I was like, "Oh, that's really cool."
Blood everywhere, children crying as their favorite thing gets destroyed.
I always wanted a Devimon because I thought he was the best. Because he was the devil, and I was an edgelord.
Did you have black makeup before it was,
I never had black makeup, but I always thought stuff that looked like that was really cool.
Did you want black makeup?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's
Like,
like
okay if you did.
no. I always liked skulls though. Remember, I always
True,
thought skulls
true.
were cool. So yeah, one of those things. Yeah, Dancing Movie Bumblebee. There is no price on it as far as I'm aware. I can't see anything.
Your soul.
Yeah,
Dignity.
well, no, certainly not your soul. Dignity, certainly. That is a guarantee. That is a
Your
guarantee.
children being able to take you seriously in years to come.
I think that is if you dance alongside it.
Oh no. It's
Yeah.
going to be bought by those parents who are just like, I'm cool with my kids.
Nope.
Watch me dance with my funkies. And then they'll never get invited to the birthday parties again.
Oh, that's what I'd do then. I would deliberately dance and then I'd never be invited to the birthdays again. I'd be like, yes, fucking score. That's how you play the system, dads of the world. Don't listen to me. Don't listen. Unless you want to. Do the Andy route. Mikey, do you
You're
want
a dad and you're listening to this. Why are you looking to us for guidance?
to... Yes, because we're the most capable people of raising children. Poorly.
Yes, the children we
Poorly.
raise will be broken.
Yes. But what a
But-
marvelous broken child they'll be.
Exactly.
I like the idea that the way we phrased it makes it sound like that we will raise a child together.
We will raise you up and we will break you. And if we raise a child together, I'm sorry you're the mother.
Yeah.
You know why you're the mother?
Uh-huh.
Because I have more faith in you.
Okay. That's nice, I guess.
Is it?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm surprised you have more faith in me because I'm kind of child falls down a well. Well, he'll
But
get.
Andy, I
they'll
have faith
get
in you
out.
because you can't possibly disappoint me anymore.
Ah, that's nice. That's good. Yeah. Do you want to take us on, Mr. Mikey, to the next bit of news? It's movie related
Yeah.
still, sort of.
Yeah, Toyworld has, we've had several third-party companies doing movie-related stuff in recent years, and Toyworld is sticking their toe in with Toyworld TWFS01, which is a Voyager-scale third-party last night World War I Bulldog. And if you don't remember who Bulldog is, it's because they never named him in the movie.
Oh.
His name is from ancillary material. Bulldog was the tank that shot at Bumblebee when they were going up to Anthony Hopkins' castle. And then his head fell off, and that was kind of a lot creepier, I think, than was intended, because it wasn't a hat, it was his actual head. But yes, it's basically senile old bot from the World War I, because for them World War I is obviously such a long time ago. But yeah, so yeah, this is a Voyager scale version. We get to see a prototype in robot mode, and we get to see him in a display with several Studio Series figures. We also get to see his vehicle mode, which is a really old school tank. Little tank. And we also get confirmation that they have several other figures coming, based on what I can only assume is the design sketches from when they were doing this at the pub, which is TFS02 and TFS03. I had no idea who these were, but apparently they are World War II versions of Hot Rod and Bumblebee. And FS06, which is an original design, Biplane Starscream. Unless it tops Hearts of Steel, which is basically what if an edgelord came up with steampunk. I'm not sure I'll be ready for this, but I'll give it a go. But yeah, I think this is actually a pretty solid looking sculpt. You have to be into design, obviously, and he's got really weird, like, in a world of weird movie chicken legs, he has really weird movie chicken legs.
Yeah.
It's very odd. But the sculpting looks pretty solid, on par, and I do kind of love the little tank.
I mean, it helps that, like, no one. I don't think we've ever had a Transformer tank like that before, toy-wise at least.
Not that I know of.
No.
It's a very, very retro tank design. Tank design is retro. Basically, it's one of the early ones from World War One, when tank warfare was only getting off the ground.
Yeah, it might be the first one. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not a tank expert.
I have a list of them somewhere, but I'm not going to check it right now. But yeah, I think it's it's a neat little idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather, in all honesty, I'd kind of just want a nice little model tank like that. But I think the Bulldog bit of it is fine. I will say I think the sculpting on the mold is a little soft, but I'm hoping that's just because of the prototype effect.
Could be.
But Andy, what are your thoughts on this? Do you like Bulldogs in general?
The dogs are fine. I'm not super fussed by this, mainly because I look at the arms and I see he's got one of those weird ball joints for the elbows, which I'm not 100% on board with, but at least it does give some posability to the arm.
At his size, it's a bit weird.
How big is he? Because I can't tell through the photos, to be honest.
Going by the scale photos, he is about the same size as the Studio Series Ironhide.
So he, Voyager scale-ish?
Voyager, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'd want a bit more, personally, if it's a third party, I'd want a bit more solid joints on him for being that size, rather than a ball joint for the elbow. The idea behind it, I'm fully on board with, but he's not as bitty as I would think a movie design would be, which is a plus. But if we could have this tank, but not this guy, have him more
an original, maybe an original take on like a Classics Universe Bulldog or something like that.
Yeah, you could throw him into the universe, the Generations line or something like that.
Yeah.
I'd be all right with that. I like the mustache. I think he's cool. He's got a cool mustache, and his little hat's nice. And I like the fact he's got the feet of which Megatron is it?
Revenge of the Fallen.
Yeah, that one. He's got his feet, and that's always good. It's not. I'm interested to see what he's like painted up. I feel he won't be as pretty as he could be because he'll be movie colored. So
I do have one question though.
Okay.
Where were these photos taken?
I don't know.
It's just so in one there was a legitimate World War I army bike in the back.
Yeah.
With a lot of like, I don't know, Middle Eastern looking vehicles, and there's one which is a wall with a symbol, which I know.
Yeah, it's heaven.
I know that symbol from something.
Yeah, Street Fighter.
I'll take your. I'm not as big into Street Fighter, so I'll take your word. But
I'm pretty sure that's the symbol on Akuma's back. Pretty sure.
I don't know. But like where, if that's right, and that's in like Japan or something like that, where in Japan do you find like in one of the tank buildings you can see these really stylized, like I would say that's a Middle East kind of building, like Middle East old desert kind of stuff. Like I'm very curious where this was taken, because it's clearly not in like the normal places where these things are taken, which is some nerd's attic. Like someone went to some effort with this, because you don't go to a place with barbed wire, a motorcycle, and ye oldie buildings, like unless you're really putting some effort in. So I'd like to say credit where it's due on the photos.
Fun day out though, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah. Turns out just like, oh, that's my backyard.
Man, you got a good backyard if that's your backyard.
Yeah.
Some neat pictures. I'm interested to see how it goes. The other three design images I kind of like because they're terrible. There's something I might be able to do if I put my mind to it.
Maybe.
Yeah, so I kind of like that. I'm not so fussed on who they're doing, but that's just movie figure nonsense, which I'm not into. But yeah, interesting.
He
Weird
shoot
stuff.
at the time.
Yeah.
He's shooting World War II time.
Yeah.
Oh, he's French.
He is.
Did you know he was French?
Yeah, he
He
made that.
doesn't even like the accent.
He made that somewhat obvious.
Oh God.
Shall we move on, Mr. Mikey?
That movie wasn't good.
It wasn't.
Yeah, let's move on to some Japanese news.
Right, with Japan, we've got the Takaratomi Metacall series.
I'd call it Medical.
Okay, I'll go with that. Metacall series. If you wonder what these are, we have some stock images and whatnot. These are diecast figures, which are 5 to 10 centimeters tall from different franchises. As I scroll down and see that they're, or at least all the ones that are shown here are all Transformers.
Yeah, I'm assuming these are just like this is their Transformers
Part of
run.
the thing, yeah.
Like I'm assuming, because I've seen the word Medical before.
Have you? Oh, I never have when I've ventured the Japanese webs.
I'm just gonna double check, but yeah, like they've done some movie stuff before.
Oh yes, it mentions
they've done Marvel. They've done DC. Lots of Marvel and DC actually. Some Star Wars. Woody's in there. Woody from Toy Story, which, I'm sorry, if you're getting a Woody from Toy Story figure, it has to be rapey Reveltech.
That's right, best
Woody.
one.
It's the only Woody to have.
So
they've done Pokemon.
They've done quite a few then. That's neat. They have done The Last Night Optimus and Bumblebee, apparently, in 2017. And now they're moving on to G1 Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, and Megatron, all G1 versions. These have limited articulation. And in the case of Optimus Prime, they have interchangeable right hands, so you can change the weapon hand to a finger pointy hand. So you can get them to point and say, "Who's a bitch?" And then they can point at you. You are the bitch. You are the bitch.
Oh.
That's right. So
sorry, I just saw the price of one of these things.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Or I'm getting to that. Besides the minifigures, a pair of Autobot Decepticon faction symbols are also shown. They are molded in the insignias, both front and back. They've been molded insignias, both in the front and back. Okay, whatever. These figures are expected to be released in October, so next month. Each figurine will cost 1,000 yen, which is about $9 approximately. A good price for a a good price for a lost art of diecast. If you say so.
Diecast isn't a lost art. Get over it.
It's the thing, though, from the show.
They've done Ava.
Good. Well, good for them. Mikey, what do you think of these things?
They're okay. They're harmless enough.
Mm-hmm.
When I said I saw the price, I ended up stumbling upon I've just basically found a Jurassic World line, which is blue. They've done blue. But she's $30.
Whoa, okay, I'm guessing that's secondary market nonsense, though.
No, that's brand new.
Huh. Why?
And I don't know, because she's very wee. Maybe it's because she's metal, but...
Well, these are metal as well.
Yeah, but I don't know. But I was just like, ooh, I'd consider getting that. And now I'm like, no, I wouldn't.
No.
But yeah, it's okay. I mean, we've had a lot of stuff like this over the years.
Yeah.
It's nothing special.
But these can point, Mikey.
Well done.
Well, two of the three can point, and Megatron can just raise his arm up.
Well, in that case, I will no doubt flip the bird.
That's right.
But hey, as I'm doing this, I'm literally discovering there's an entire Japanese Jurassic World toy line I didn't know about.
Is this something you're gonna have to delve into?
Maybe. Although Mattel's kind of just releasing really good stuff at the moment, so I'm just gonna wait for them to do all the characters they want them to do.
Oh, okay.
Because they've got Blue upcoming and Ian Malcolm, and I'm really hoping they're gonna do a Rexy in the same style, and just hey, Hasbro got their ass kicked in terms of the comparison. Surprisingly. Sorry, distracted by dinosaurs.
I suppose it's not super surprising because we've seen at least from my perspective, Hasbro cares somewhat about Transformers, and then Marvel they don't care about. They'll just put out Tat. Star Wars they'll just put out Tat. So it's unsurprising that if they put out Tat for Star Wars, they're probably going to put out Tat for Jurassic Park as well. And when I say tat, I mean in a general basis.
Yeah.
Like the Black
It's just
Series don't count. Everything else Star Wars wise kind of is.
Oh
though.
yeah, it's pretty tat. But I when they switched over to Mattel, my reaction was pretty negative because the only collector avenue I've had with Mattel is stuff like Masters of the Universe and things like that,
Sure.
which all hit the wrong buttons for me even before you got into the terrible stuff at Mattel.
Yeah.
And then suddenly like, oh, the Jurassic Park stuff. We're using actual show models to design these figures. Oh, we're putting articulation in. Oh, we're trying to, hit as many... Look, a legacy line. Oh, and now we're just doing this, like, high-grade posable collector line. You've gone mad. You've gone mad with power.
Madness.
Yeah. But, yeah, these things, they're just forgettable little nonsense yokes, aren't they?
Sure, yeah, pretty much. For $9, though, it's a fine price for what they are. Nothing special. Not the most interesting characters, but probably who you would expect to be on the list of dudes, I guess. So, yeah, rock and roll, I guess. Oh, I see what they meant by the Autobot insignia back and front. It's you lie it down or you flip. So on one side it's the Autobot insignia, on the other side it's the Decepticon insignia. I don't know why that confused me. And it's just you flip them over, if you like. A la the do-do-do-do-whip. That's the thing. Mikey, do you want to take us on to the next bit of news-o?
This is a quick little thing. So I think it was last month we heard that the Transformers movie was hitting some American screenings.
Mm.
And now it's been confirmed that 300 theaters will be carrying it, including Canada.
Canada?
So it was reported, where was it? Doesn't give a name. But yeah, so... Is this going to hit 300 cinemas? Canada region will be included. The Fathom events will be screening it on 27th of September. You can find out where in fathomevents.com. See if they're near you. And for some reason, the news story feels it has to delve into the significance of the Transformers movie for the Transformers fandom, including how it gave us the Touch, Unicron, Galvatron, as a reformatted Megatron, as opposed to what he was before, which was... nothing. And one shall stand, one shall fall. They do know who's reading these, yeah?
No.
Oh, it's all Fury, of course it is. If he listens, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't even know you. I saw your name. I've heard people say it. I'm trying to be cool. It's failing. Andy.
Yes?
Are you going to fly to Canada for the 27th of September to see Transformers in cinemas?
No, I am slightly disappointed that, the option isn't available here in the UK to see it in the cinema system.
It's because you're colonial scum.
Pretty much. But what does that make you?
Not you.
Yep, but you're still scum because you ain't getting it either.
Aren't we?
No.
No, we're not. I checked.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame. I would have liked... Would you have liked to have seen it in the cinema, Mikey, if you could have?
I think it'd be a nice experience, but it's... Yeah, I think it would be really nice if on the screening you had events around it, like a meet and greet beforehand with local fans or something like that, or maybe have some member of like Hasbro or the movies or something like that come in.
Yeah.
Or comics would be a really obvious one if you're going to do it in like Ireland or England, because we've just got a big representation from that. And then maybe something after. If like it was a big event, I think it would be really, really cool to go to. If it was just go to cinema, see a movie, I'd be less free, I'd be less up for it, I have to admit. Just because, yeah, okay, we're seeing the movie in the big screen, but I've also seen the movie about 24 times over the years. Like, without the social aspect, it doesn't have quite the impact for me.
See, I just want to see it on a really good system. Like there is nothing quite like a cinema system to see a movie on. They talk about the cinema experience because it is, well, at least from my point of view, it is worth it in that aspect to see it on a really good screen with a really good sound system. It makes it good. It makes an enjoyable movie better.
Yeah.
And there's always those things in the back of my head where I'm like, man, I'd like to rewatch the Lord of the Rings movies again on the big screen like I did, originally. And it's why movies like Ghostbusters and Aliens and stuff like that always come back for Halloween and stuff. That's why I'd like to see The Shining at some point in the cinema for a Halloween when that eventually happens, because I'm sure it will.
I'm sure.
It's just finding the right cinema as well to do this stuff. So, I don't know. I'd like it to happen once in the UK, but I'm not sure we have the same pull as America does, so who can say?
TF Nation, you know what you're doing next year? Rent out a cinema.
Yeah, like, if it's a cinema, I'd be more inclined to go and do it rather than just, the hall on a projector.
Yeah, it's not the same. You're in a room
No.
full of people talking really loudly and everything else.
Well, it's not just that, it's just,
and the sounds...
the projector isn't the best thing to see it on, and the sound system they have in there is not... It's not a room that's made to, enjoy a cinema experience. It's not the same. Shall I move us on, Mr. Mikey?
Yeah, why not?
We have a little bit of movie news, at least kind of sort of interesting news, as we have David Sobolov, the voice of Shockwave from Transformers Prime, and the voice of Depth Charge from Beast Wars, coming back to do a role for the Bumblebee movie, and he's going to be doing Starscream / Blitzwing / Stack Guy. So yeah, it's a nice bit of news. It's good to see a voice actor from the Transformers, alumni, I suppose, is kind of coming back to do a role. Mikey, were you happy to see this?
Yeah, hey, voice actor hired to do Transformer in a movie.
Yeah, not a celebrity.
It's a bloody miracle.
Yeah, like an actual voice actor. That's nice.
David Sobolov, very talented guy.
Yes.
To be honest, if I was to picture like a new voice for Blitzwing in any media, he's kind of the guy I'd go to.
Especially movie, because movies are kind of angry people, and I think he's got a good angry voice.
Yeah, like I rewatched Kaijudo recently, and he plays one of the main characters who's angry all the time. So it's just like, oh, he does the yelling very well.
Maybe that says something about David Sobolov. Like he just has an angry voice all the time.
Like his Shockwave was like this emotionless, angry person.
Yeah,
but he's still my favorite Shockwave. So
I mean, I'm sure there's a dichotomy in saying emotionless, angry person, but I understand what you mean.
But no, I think it's really, really cool. I did find it very weird. Like, I checked out reactions and things. One of the earliest and oddly prevalent reactions I saw was, "I don't believe he's in the movie."
What? Why? Why was that a thing?
Because when...
Because, I mean, technically they're right. He's not in the movie.
That we know. He could have a cameo.
That's true. He could be a background dude, I suppose.
Yeah. That Blitzwing kills. That'd be funny. But yeah, like, because apparently, like, it was either Revenge of the Fallen or Dark of the Moon, but a year or a year and a half before the film came out, James Avery said that he was being hired to do a Transformer, which got warped into James Avery said he was being hired to do Silverbolt.
Right.
Because someone saw a plane with the Autobot logo on it, and it kind of exploded in the rumor mill. That was just a plane that someone thought, that was like a plane to do with the actual staff.
Right.
It was taking people places. So the reaction here was, well, I mean, James Avery said he was in the movies a year and a half before, when the movies were in pre-production. I don't believe really that David Sobolov is maybe completely... I'm sure he thinks he's in the movies, but maybe he's not. and I was just thinking the movie's out in a few months.
I like the idea that he's just walking around going, "I'm in the movie." Everyone on set's like, "Who's this fucking crazy loon? Who's this fucking
I am
psycho?
the tennis balls you're talking." It was David Sobolov insists on being all the robots on stilts that everyone's reacting to. But it was just a very strange thing to me, like, which really shows some people don't know how movies work. Because if you're 3 months from release and a guy saying, "I'm playing this character in the movie," unless there is like a Kevin Spacey level of turnaround on something, he's in the movie. Maybe he'll get cut. Maybe all the Blitzwing scenes will be cut from the movie.
I doubt it. He's been pegged as the main dude, and Blitzwing was shown in the movie, so I don't think they'd do that.
And if he's saying it now, he probably recorded the dialogue like 3 to 6 months ago.
Oh, if not longer, yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he's in the movie.
Yeah.
And otherwise, Travis Knight is just being a dick to David Sobolov.
Oh yeah, just replace him with someone like a no-namer. Replace him with Justin Bieber.
No, replace with Tom Cruise.
There you go. Oh, yes, perfect. Yeah. But Tom wouldn't do that because he'd want his face to be seen, so he'd never do a voice for a thing, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, true.
And he wouldn't want to be smaller than the Transformer. He'd want to be taller than the Transformers.
Giant Tom Cruise.
That's right. No. Perfectly average height Tom Cruise. He's neither giant nor small. Certainly not small.
He's not short.
He's not short. You're short. That's not a box I'm standing on. You shut up now.
Get in the cage with my wife while we go to see the Scientologist.
Which one is he? Is he still married with her?
No, she escaped.
That's what I thought. I thought she was she was free of Scientology.
I still think the Family Guy taking that was oddly accurate.
Yes.
Where she throws the baby at him, runs out, and frees a bunch of naked men from a cage, and they all make a run for it.
Wasn't that like a banned episode as well?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because things went nutty as things tend to do.
Yeah, the late '80s were a very odd time when it came to mocking things like that.
Yeah, Scientology, you mean? Especially Scientology.
Yeah, it was like this weird time where apparently we're giving them a platform, so now they got to push around and say, hey, you can't say that about us.
Yeah.
We're Scientology. We were founded by a literal pedophile.
Yep.
What can you... Hey. And then, looking back at it now, it's very strange we gave them that much platform.
Still is strange.
Yeah, but
Still
at least
is.
no one talks about them anymore, really.
Well, I mean, apart from us, who we're
Yeah,
literally
Samuel L.
talking
Jackson.
about them now.
She's like, I'm a Scientologist. Woo!
Okay.
Go watch Class.
No. No.
I probably won't, to be honest.
No. I'll also take this next bit of news because it's kind of neat and it kind of connects to Transformers, as we have some new images for the Studio Series figures. These were shown off somewhere, but then we got official proper images for them as well, so that's the ones that we're looking at. They showed off a Barricade. Who knew? We got a World War II Bumblebee. The one that killed
Actually,
Hitler
who knew?
or something. Yeah. And a Sideswipe and more. And by more, I mean Crankcase. And that's
and
it.
Clunker Bumblebee.
Oh, yeah, the Rust Bumblebee. Clunker Bumblebee. Yeah. Can't say I'm super excited by them. But, yeah,
I like
okay.
the Bumblebee that comes with the little girl that you can turn into a Hot Rod Bumblebee.
Oh, that's weird. We'll start off with Barricade, though. What do you think of Barricade? How is he versus the Masterpiece? Because that's a fair comparison.
That is an argument. I guarantee you that conversation is going on. I think he looks like he's pretty good. It's a render, but this guy did show up physically at Fan Expo, I think.
Yes.
So I think he turned out very well. I like the weapon. Obviously, he suffers from the fact that Barricade in the movie has bizarre proportions.
He do.
And I wish it was the Last Night Barricade because I like that design a lot more.
Was he that different?
Yo, got completely different.
Oh, I thought he was still
Like,
a police
the
car.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay.
He was a car and he had some shoulders. There's no other design cues carried over.
Okay, the one with the bug face. Okay.
The blue one.
Yeah, sorry, I thought you were talking about Dark of the Moon, and because he was in that as well, and he was the same design, wasn't he?
That's when it began, that Barricade can die, but will never leave us.
That's right, yeah, because I forgot he had the completely new design with the knuckle dusters and the truncheon, and he was the only figure I was slightly tempted by, but luckily never bought.
Apparently he's okay.
I'm sure.
But no, I think he looks decent.
He looks better than the original Barricade.
Not an achievement.
I mean, it kind of is. I'm not saying it's a big achievement to put on your fridge, but it's a participation trophy at least.
Because he's like, what, the fourth deluxe version of this character, rather? Or just this version of the character?
Is he? He might be.
Because Dark of the Moon, I know, had a brand new mold.
Yeah.
And I think there was one... I don't know if Revenge of the Fallen had a brand new mold or it did a repaint, but he was in the line.
I don't know.
But
either way, he is better, so that's something. What about Crankcase with his adorable little face?
I don't understand this toy.
Which thing do you not understand? Because isn't it just a re-shell for the most part? Because it looks very similar to Crankcase? No, not Crankcase, the other one. The last one, Berserker.
Crowbar.
Was it Crowbar? I don't know. They're all bloody same.
So, right. So, the Studio Series Crowbar,
right,
which this is a repaint of.
No retool.
This is a repaint of Crowbar.
Okay.
No retooling, just repaint.
I don't remember that head.
It is no, that's the same head. It's just repainted.
Okay.
He is an extensive retooling of movie Berserker from the Last Night, right?
Okay.
So you've got Crankcase from Crowbar from Berserker, and Berserker is using the exact design of Dark of the Moon Crankcase.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because Crankcase looked... Yeah, when I think Crankcase, I think of the toy that came from Dark of the Moon. The one that had the little fingers that were snipped.
Yeah, but so you got that design.
Oh my god.
Which was turned into Berserker, who was heavily retooled into Crankcase, who was then into Crowbar, who was then just straight up repainted into Crankcase.
What? Hasbro.
What are you smoking?
Why?
Even if you were going to go down this road, why didn't you just repaint Berserker? Why didn't you just repaint Berserker?
Why?
What is going on there?
Why? Explain.
What's going on? I'm confused. I'm confused and a little upset.
Some odd choices, very odd choices.
Just like someone sitting there just going like, I'm a genius.
He doesn't look too bad. I mean, he's still the same toy, so...
The pose they gave him is hilarious.
It's I'm gonna tickle you, or I'm gonna give you a hug.
Like, start of a Scooby-Doo chase.
Yes, yeah, I can see that.
Take off his head. It was crankcase all along.
I would say it doesn't help that some of his dreads kind of look like their armpit hair.
Yeah, there is that.
I don't think that was supposed... I don't know where those bits of hair are meant to be coming from. Are they meant to be his back?
They are. I know in the toy they are from his back, but obviously I don't know if they're in... Like, I haven't seen that. Obviously, I haven't seen this design before in a while, because this isn't the design that was in the movie.
Let's not get back into that.
My brain hurts.
Right, Clunker Bumblebee. He looks like a bumblebee. I don't know if he's different from anything, is he?
I don't know, but I do know there is a version of this design, which is basically what that 2-pack I mentioned, which is him and Charlie and all the add-on bits.
Is this not the one that was everybody thought was shit originally? That came in earlier in the series, but has more paint to it. Do you remember
maybe,
that one?
And I know they've redone that one a couple of times now. I mean, like, the tooling's been changed, so apparently there is a run of that that's halfway decent, although not perfect. It might be a straight repaint of that, I don't know, but just that kind of Bumblebee, there's a version of it coming out I'd rather have, which is like, hey, do you want to put spoilers and extra engines and turn him into a proper, 70s muscle car? Do it.
See, the version I want of this toy is the one that comes with the G1 cassettes. And then I can throw away the Bumblebee. Oh,
no. Cyberfire.
That was a good one. Or the laser beak.
Yeah, we need the Cyberfire version.
Give us the pink laser beak again. I'll be all right with
yeah.
That. Yeah, he was pretty.
I still want that.
I don't, but I mainly because it's a Bumblebee, but I appreciate what it is because it's very silly. And it's hilarious that it's how did Laserbeak get into a position to kill children? He was a lovely pink bumblebee
having a cup of tea.
It's so dumb, ridiculously stupid. Quite fun though.
I love Laserbeak. He was great.
Yeah. Sideswipe.
I'm surprised. I'm kind of curious how they made the feet work this time around.
Can he stand? That's the question.
They have had a version of him that does in Dark of the Moon, I think.
Okay.
But like that had like extra bits that basically folded out, and he never really stood in the wheels. So I'm very curious to see how this will work. But like the overall design, I think looks pretty solid. Yeah, and like Sideswipe's one of those guys. He's been there. Like no one knows who he is, but he's there all the time. So it's nice to have kind of filling out that sort of key first trilogy roster, and I would consider him part of that for the Autobots. Yeah. It's just like no one knew who he was. Because he didn't matter. All he did was murder a guy who was running away in fear of his life. That's his singular accomplishment. It's something. It's more than me, I suppose. So, yeah. Not movie Bumblebee. World War II Bumblebee with his horrible. I'm gonna bash your brain in hammer and weird pistol, 6-barrel, 9-barrel, 2, 4, 6, 8-barrel gun. This would be very easy to turn into Centurion. It would be. It'd be cooler if it was like get rid of that bee head and put on the Centurion head. Yeah, we're going to talk about some of that later on. But honestly, I like it. I saw the physical ones at Fan Expo. I think the vehicle design, I know it's a real thing, but it doesn't look like it. That's the thing. Like, that's what I like. The hammer looks cool. Yeah. I hope he's posable enough to use it properly. Sure. The only thing I don't like on this guy in terms of design is that backpack. Yeah. That's a lot of back. Do you feel he's going to be very shell formery because of that backpack? I think there's definitely a risk. Yeah. The gun, I also think, is okay. It doesn't rock weird, my world. But yeah. Like, just make me think of that gun that came with the DNA Designs bludgeon. I think it was DNA Designs. The third-party samurai one. Okay. That I really want because I have now created an entire fiction where it's not bludgeon, but anime-esque prototype World War robot who shows up in like super fancy modern times and kicks the shit out of all the new fancy robots. And you know, obviously mecha piloted, but that toy's better when it's not a transformer in my mind. But but yeah, I think this guy's probably the kind of him and Barricade, I'd say, are the winners from this.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, why not?
Although I've talked myself into wanting Crankcase.
You shouldn't.
For nothing and no reason to do with Crankcase.
Don't do that, Mikey.
But he's an enigma, Andy.
Be better than that.
He's a mystery.
One thing I do have to say about the Bumblebee is I'm not too thrilled with the... You see in vehicle mode, he's just under his bumper, he's just got a lump of green.
Yeah, that might... I'm telling myself that's a cow catcher.
Yeah, because I don't exactly know why it's there, if that's part of what the vehicle should look like. I doubt it.
I think it's his chest, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, you could be right. Could be right. It's a shame if you can't hide that better. Because it's very, very obvious. Apart from that, it's not a bad Bumblebee. Like I say, just get rid of the head and give him a cooler one, arguably. But Mikey, do you want to move on to our last bit of news for this week? Because we're pretty much done.
Yeah, at least this is something we can dig our teeth into a bit. So it has been a cyberversical week. And yes, I just made that word up. Deal with it. The first couple of episodes went out on the Cartoon Network app at the start of the week. And then on the Xfinity app, which is with Comcast, if you're signed up to that, you got the first 4 episodes. So it was one about Optimus Prime and one about, I think it's something to do with the Ark. Like, they're not online. They're just, if you're on Xfinity, you're there, and I saw a couple of screenshots from it. On the 1st of September, the American premiere was held at 6:30 a.m. Read into that what you will. Actually, considering the tone of these episodes, this might be a little early for that. And the Canadian premiere will be on September 16th. No word on like broader international airing just yet. But yeah, so the show is out and it is viewable. Basically, I stumbled upon some Dailymotion versions and was very happy to watch those. So we got introduced to the show. It's coming out, and yeah, Andy, you've seen the 2 episodes that are available.
In quotations, 2 episodes. Yes, I've seen the 2 15-minute things that are episodes. Which
are at least, I will say, like, interesting. Like, I was not expecting this. I genuinely was not expecting it to be this serialized.
No. It makes me wonder why it's not a full half an hour thing.
Don't know. Like, I know they're dividing it into chapters, so I'm honestly wondering if they basically kind of did a movie or a movie and a bit that they've just decided to break up this way.
Yeah.
Because they lead directly into each other. Episode 1 leads right into episode 2, and episode 2 looks like it's going to lead right into episode 3. But on the other hand, does this way better than the Prime Wars stuff.
I mean, Mikey, we talked about low bars before. Let's go back to that low bar.
But what did you think of the show?
It wasn't terrible, but there are aspects to it I didn't like. Like Bumblebee not grasping the situation. Like,
I think I get what they were going for, but it did make him seem like a crazy person.
Yeah, like, okay, the first time Thundercracker pops up and he starts fighting Windblade, okay, maybe he doesn't get involved straight away, but the second and third time that he starts encountering Decepticons might be an idea you don't act like a child around them, and the end of episode 2 is really bad.
He just like, wee, press all the buttons.
Yeah,
wee.
Starscream phones and he just rushes to the console and screams into it, even though at least some of his memory has been restored at that point, so he knows Decepticons are bad.
And they've tried to kill him recently.
Yeah, multiple times at this point.
And we've seen inside his head, he is not dumb.
No. So it seems like there's almost 2 different Bumblebees.
Yeah.
There's inside the head Bumblebee, and then crippled, I'm not fully mentally capable Bumblebee outside of his body, which seems like a big disconnect. It looks nice.
Kind of cool if they went that direction. Yeah,
I'm
surprisingly lucky. Like, I was surprised the animation worked as well.
See, I would say I'm not sure. I'd say it's a good thing that if they did that with Bumblebee, they'd need to. I think if they were going to do that, they'd really have to hammer home that Bumblebee's trapped within his own mind, which they haven't touched on at all. Because granted, it's only been 2 15-minute episodes, but yeah. I also found it weird that Thundercracker sounds like a teenager.
That was odd.
Yeah, like whenever I think Thundercracker, I've always thought goon. Even Galaxy Force, like he was a goon. He wasn't a young, maybe misguided teenager, which you kind of felt.
Oh, Andy.
Uh-huh.
This is how they're going to lead into Buster.
he becomes good because he finds a dog.
Yeah, and then he starts to watch movies a lot, but because he's a teenager, and that's what they do.
But
they get their dogs, they watch the movies.
I'd prefer he still be a goon. What happened to the simple hired goon, Mikey?
I don't know, but it does. Like, if they did that and then they went like crazy and worked in Marissa, it would make it a lot creepier.
It would. Who was the guy that did Thundercracker's voice back in G1? Because he was really good. He had a really good voice.
He was like a big time voice actor. Because I remember he did the boss in the Jetsons, or was it the Flintstones?
Oh, Spacely Sprocket.
No, he did the Flintstones. He was the guy who yelled Flintstone.
Oh, okay.
John Stevenson.
Okay.
Yeah, John Stevenson, American voice actor, has only ever appeared in public for a convention or anything once.
Oh, wow.
Which was 2001's BotCon. He's 91 years old.
Oh yeah, I don't want him to come to conventions if he's that
please,
old.
we want you to live.
Yeah.
So he played Mr. Slate in the Flintstones.
Wow.
He was in The Hobbit. The original Hobbit.
Oh wow, that thing.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
He was in the adaptation of The Return of the King. Yogi Bear's all-star comedy Christmas Caper.
Oh God.
He was in Jetsons. He was in Top Cat. He was in the Truman Show movie.
No.
Huh.
What the Jim Carrey movie?
Yeah, he was in Scooby-Doo, Lone Ranger, Johnny Quest, Wacky Races. He was big into his Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, well, I suppose back in the day, that's all you had, really, for voice acting.
He was in Birdman before it was cool.
He originated the Birdman.
He was in 1982 Incredible Hulk, Duck Dodgers in 2003. I remember that.
He was
weird.
in 2003, Jesus.
He was in Darkwing Duck.
Oh, okay. So he's done a lot of stuff. That's cool. Okay.
He played Mr. Slate in Johnny Bravo.
Well, there you go.
There we go. But yeah, I'd say bring him back, but I don't think he wants to.
No, I'd say if he's in his 90s, let him just enjoy himself. Don't put the poor man through things. But no, he had a good goon voice, and I mean, this is not the same Thundercracker, and maybe I should just get over myself. But
this is a Thundercracker who locks himself into his room listening to heavy music.
It seems odd.
Seems
odd. I mean, what did you think of the 2 episodes as they are, Mikey?
They surprised me a little bit, if I'm completely honest. I thought the animation was a lot smoother than I was ever expecting it to be.
Yep.
Kind of kicks RID right in the dick.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Definitely kicks Machinima in the dick. Again, low bar.
Yeah.
But it sort of stands over Machinima and just keeps kicking.
As it should.
I liked Windblade. I liked the tone they went for. I liked the voice actor.
Did you not find that she was just the exposition girl, effectively?
Yeah, but I thought that...
I mean, again, it is early days, so it's
yeah,
it's
but that's the thing.
Like,
I thought they did it well enough. Like, she had a personality to her a bit. I liked the bit where she goes, I link up to monumental cosmic forces. Pause. I'm a telepath. Yeah. All right.
I kind of like that as well.
Yeah. Small cast so far, which I think is probably working for it in its favor.
Sure.
Bumblebee, I liked when he talked, but I like the performance there. I think the actor, I would say none of the performances are blowing me away, but I think he did a decent enough job. The voice thing is annoying, not just because I'm very annoyed with the radio voice, but because they haven't hired a bunch. Like, it's not like a bunch of people on the staff do the voices.
Nope, same guy. It's the
same guy. Just doing. So it doesn't seem like he's playing radio clips. It seems like he's Wreck-Garring his way through life. And that's very odd when his mouth isn't moving. I've seen, like, one of the clips I saw from upcoming episodes, he was talking normally in a flashback, and, like, not just beeping. And I also got to hear Grimlock and Optimus. and Optimus is so sad. That guy, I think, just going by his general like level and tone, he could probably play a decent original Optimus Prime.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really sad that clearly someone in the voice direction said, here's a bunch of really long-winded, not people sentences that you're going to say while pretending to be Peter Cullen doing a bad performance.
Yeah, I think I'm hoping we're not, but it feels like we're stuck with Bumblebee has to be mute, and we also have to have Optimus as emotionless leader.
Yeah, and it's not, again, I've seen people do this. Don't go after the actor for this.
Oh, no, it's not their fault.
He's been told what to do.
Yeah.
The best actor in the world, Peter Cullen, very good actor, and he's been playing this Prime for years because people are telling him to do it.
Yeah.
Because that's his job. But no, like, this also tonally not nearly as goofy as I was expecting.
Yet. Apart from the Bumblebee stuff.
Yeah, but honestly, it seems like they're trying to have that bit of they said they wanted to have a mythological approach to things. I do think they're trying in a very light way. Like, all of these are couched in, this is just for the kind of show this is trying to be.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's doing surprisingly well. But it's not like I'm saying, like, I think this could challenge Prime as one of the best shows or anything.
Yeah, no.
Was surprised we got another female Seeker.
Yeah, but, I mean...
She's named. Like, there is a name, then there is a voice actress, so her name's Nova Storm.
Yeah, okay.
Which was a little surprising.
Again, I'm worried that is she just going to be there and not be an actual character, background filler, effectively, or will she be something? That's
a real danger of this format.
Yeah.
It can really hurt character development. I point her out because I do this. I check the forums and stuff to read people's opinions because I'm an idiot. And apparently, I found out her name because someone said, hey, there's another Tot on there. Found out her name's Nova Storm.
Hang on. Did they call her a Thought?
They did.
That hoe over there.
I didn't know what that was. And I was just like, what? And I was like, oh. And then he started bitching about Slipstream and Windblade, and I tuned out.
See, the reason I learned about Thoughts was because I saw this weird video where two dudes were Jedi sword fighting, and one was like, all women are princesses and must be protected, and the other guy said, they're nothing but thoughts. And I was like, what the fuck's a thought? And then I found out, I was like, that's a weird thing.
Yeah. On the other hand, also revealed is that Bravest Warriors is coming back, and Super Dinosaur is getting a cartoon series. The actual fuck.
Well, I don't know what that is.
That is a very odd comic book about a T-Rex with giant robot arms.
Oh, okay.
Exactly what it sounds like. But Bravest Warriors is coming back.
That's good. That was a fun show. I like Catbug.
Yep. Yeah. And maybe the horse will be back.
Here's one problem. Catbug will be older now and won't sound as cute.
What, Teenage Catbug?
Oh man, that'll be sad.
But I think the same company is also doing a show I like called Bee and Puppycat. So
I've heard of that. Yeah,
that's a fun show. That is a weird ass but fun show. But yeah, I thought Cyberverse was better than I was expecting. I have to admit, a decent margin, which may say something about my expectations.
Certainly.
But I'm going to keep watching. I really think 10 minutes once a week is going to really hurt things, so I might let episodes build up.
Yeah.
But hey, have you seen Cartoon Network's schedule? We're lucky it's got this.
Oh yeah, I mean, I knew about their, in quotation, schedule for a while now. It's just Teen Titans Go and Adventure Time, but it's mainly Teen Titans Go, at least over here.
It's something else. It is something else to actually see like it done out.
Yeah.
Like I posted it on the Twitter, and it was just like, my God.
Yeah, I'd seen it before. I'd seen it a long time before. Because I've seen a few people talk about the schedule. It is better in America. It's worse over here.
That was the American schedule I showed, so I'm terrified to see what it's like over here.
It's not as good.
Yeah, but hey, Adventure Time is ending this week, I'm told, so that's something.
Yeah. Well, it's been on long enough. I think it's time to have a solid end for it. It's got more seasons than Prime did.
Still never actually seen an episode.
It's all right.
Anyway, anything else you want to say on Cyberverse?
I'm interested. I'm gonna have to do what you do. I think. I don't think I could do 1 10-minute episode a week. That's it. I don't think I'd be satisfied with that. It's not that kind of show. It's not Aho Girl. 10 minutes of just ridiculous fun.
I don't know if like halfway through this bananas become a thing, I may get excited.
If there's a fight between two girls about who can remove the panties of the other secretly, that will be
or one
the thing.
going like, "I'm not a pervert."
Yep.
I'm in your closet. I'm not a pervert.
Oh, that's such a fun show. It's so dumb.
Yeah. He's so cruel.
He is, and she's so stupid. So stupid. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but I've still not got huge expectations. I'm still prepared for disappointment, as it's still super early days yet.
Yeah.
But that's all our news, Mikey. So I guess we'll just move over and say, yo, son, what you been up to this week? You done any fun things? Any cool bits of wobbins?
I don't have a lot TV-wise to talk about. I've been watching a few things, but nothing I really feel like... There's nothing to say about them, but they're just like, these are fun.
Okay.
And I've got a watch list, which is basically being added to by Jai.
Yay.
This is a new experience for me. Other people adding to my watch list.
Mm-hmm.
This is weird. I don't like being on this side of the fence. It's strange and wrong. You listen to me. So I've got stuff to watch, which I'll get to on top of... I'm literally terrified to do the Steins Gate catch-up.
Is it done now?
No, it's not.
How many more episodes?
I don't know. I think it's around in the 20s, but I just keep...
nearly.
I haven't had anything spoiled, because I never actually finished the game for Steins Gate Zero. I made it like an hour in, and I'm just like, nope, getting sad. I can't do it. And I'm going to have to do it, but like I'm just saying, like, all I've seen is snippets of one guy thinking, and it's like, this is an amazing show. It will break you, but this is an amazing show. And it's like, I want to live. And I want everyone else to live as well. But,
only
yeah, so... but there's other shows as well, like Catch Up and whatever. But, also Rider, Zio's not sub yet.
Oh, it is out though, right?
It is out. I've seen a clip, which is of Oma Zio, which is a play upon the words of Mao Zio, which is Demon King Zio.
Is that the golden one?
That's the goal, which I can't decide if that's going to be final form or like alternate evil take. But
it has to be evil take because it doesn't look like a decent final form. It looks super tacky.
I don't know. I kind of like
come
it
on,
until
it looks
I realize
super tacky.
I like Hypermuteki.
It's not as good as Hypermuteki, I would say.
Nothing's as good as Hypermuteki. It's amazing.
It's not designed as well as Hypermuteki.
What I find really distracting is that his cape is literally just two hands of a clock.
Right.
I get the idea. It's really weird to look at.
Our themes are clocks and watches. I get it. Do you get it? I get it.
Yeah. Although, like, now I just want to see Kronos just constantly show up as, like, this goofy, gotta be taken out really easy. I want Kronos to be Narutaki for this.
Oh, boo.
he stops time, it doesn't work, and he just goes like, I'll be back, the panda! So yeah, no ride or anything. But what I do have, I got a Transmorphicer during the week.
You what now?
It is a Transformer, but not an official one. It is third party.
Oh, okay. I was worried that it was like a KO or something, like one of the cheap ones from Poundland.
No, I got this guy on a really, really cheap sale on the eBay, so I'm really happy to get him. Hearts of Steel, Mech Fan Toys, or Mech Fan Planet, whatever it was, Hot Soldier Centurion, who is the Hearts of Steel Bumblebee, who is also Centurion, the robot who thinks he's Hearts of Steel Bumblebee. He
seems to be pretty popular around the people who are picking him up, and he looks neat.
Yeah, he is a really fun little toy. He has some limits. His arm articulation is nothing great, which when he comes with a hammer, and he can't double wheel it real easily, it is a little disappointing, but I've got him I'm holding him right now, he is two-handing it. Also, the hammer, for some reason, has hollow back to it, which is really weird. But not a lot of paint in him, but where it is, really nice paint. Like, really, really nice. Transformation is fun. The instructions are a bit shit. What I will say, the instructions will tell you to sort of mix and match, or do the legs first. Do not, under any circumstances, do the legs first. Transform his upper body, do everything up until there's a waist bend, do everything up until that, then do the legs, then clip them together.
Can you reverse gear walk him so he has the lower half of a train and the upper half of a robot? And
you can, but there will be quite some parts clashing.
Ah, that's a shame. Because that'd be fun. Just him going along with the choo-choo bottom and swinging his hammer.
But yeah, if you follow the instructions, you get a lot of parts clashing, and it's the kind of stuff I'm kind of worried I'll do damage, but then just don't follow the instructions.
I mean, is there a lot of paint for you to scrape off? For
it's
anything?
Not the paint. It's actually like parts hitting each other so hard, I think something's going to chip.
Ooh, okay.
So what I just transform the top, transform the bottom separately, clip them together, nice and easy. Much easier, really quick and fun that way. I've done them 6 or 7 times back and forth. He's also got some tolerance issues, like, let's see, I had to loosen a screw on one of the transformation joints, because it was so tight it wouldn't move. But once
I thought you meant he wasn't accepting of other people's cultures.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a bad train bot.
And he's got mushroom pegs in the legs, but they're very tight on mine, so it's very easy for them to come unseated.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, keep your finger on it. Like, nothing where I feel like the toy is going to damage or anything, or going to feel bad. And one other thing, one of the lights in the front needs to be re-glued, but that's just like a small piece of plastic where I don't think the glue's set right.
Okay.
They're a small company, from what I understand, for the Hot Soldier figures, so this isn't Mastermind Creations. But I love the leg pose ability.
Good.
It's really good. The feet have, like, he's got ankle tingles, he's got forward and back, he's also got backward, like, he's got separate hip tilts on, like, the back of his feet, and he's got these sort of pipes on the side of his legs that you can adjust. So you can get him to really natural looking poses really, really easily. Like, this is a really nice toy. It's got problems, but overall, like, really, really happy with him. And for the money I got him for, like, deal. So I won't say how much, but I will say, as I'm trying to get this back into place. He's back there, you are, yeah. I'll do that later. But yeah, if you can get him cheap, I would say he's great little pickup. Deluxe scale, really nice. And I really want to see a redo of him with Centurion's head. Because he is Centurion. Because it's a non-copyrighted name. Apart from that, there's only really 2 things worth mentioning. Team 4-Star, episode 60 of Dragon Ball Z Abridged came out this week, or part 1.
I haven't watched it because I'm like, nope, I may as well just wait.
Yeah, I stayed up late and watched the stream, and then watched Lanny Pator have an actual breakdown.
Why did he break down?
Because he was just like, there's 30,000 people watching this, oh my god, we don't even get paid for this, we're doing this because we love you all, because he's a nerd. But yeah, all I'm saying, like, it took so long to get to this, but it's a pretty good episode.
Good.
Like, it kind of kicks it says things to Gohan that I wish were said in the actual show.
You mean the proper Dragon Ball Z show, the abridged show?
In the proper show.
Okay.
It literally says things that Gohan needed to hear in that show.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny. Poor Yamcha. But yeah, like, they've hinted they may stop after the Cell Saga.
They've said that quite a few times, though, right?
Yeah, but they're now like a proper company.
Yeah.
Like they're working on an official dub for what was it, Hells, and they're getting involved in voice acting professionally themselves, and blah blah. I can really understand if they don't have the time they used to have, but I think it will be an absolute crime if I do not see this Vegeta doing the Majin Vegeta saga. Like, him versus Goku and all that. I want to see that so badly.
I think you might need to accept that might not happen.
I accept it might not happen. I don't have to like it.
That's true.
Yeah, but really, just, if you're into DBZ Abridged, check it out. If you're not into DBZ Abridged, go back and watch it, because it's really good.
If you don't like DBZ Abridged, then,
then you're
don't.
a bad person. And the other thing is, there was an event book that happened in comics that wrapped up.
A good one?
Andy, what is the best comic on the shelves right now?
Atomic Robo.
No.
It's not?
No.
Oh, man, I don't believe you, because you love Atomic Robo.
I do love Atomic Robo, but it's currently on hiatus while they're doing Real Science Adventures.
So it's bollocks.
Yep. So it's not technically on the shelf right now. But
Naruto. Boruto is the best comic on the shelf.
Do you know what? I'm going to give you not that. But lots of people say Batman. Lots of people will say Saga or Eternity Girl or something like that. And I'm going to tell them they're all wrong. Because the best comic on the shelves that you can buy right now, just after wrapping up its big event book, is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I'm not kidding. It is an amazing read. Shattered Grid just wrapped up with a big special issue. Holy crap, that was amazing. Draken is an amazing bad guy, and I want a really good figure of him, and it's really depressing that the exclusive figure from Power Morphicon is apparently a very shit. But wow, just so good. Very emotional, Art's great. Action. Everyone dies. Oh my god, so many deaths. So good. It's, if you haven't read the run, it's 30 issues plus the Go-Go Power Rangers side series, which is also very good, but not written by the main guy. Check it out. Seriously, you've no excuse at all. Shattered Grid is the best comic event I've read live. I've read better events retroactively, but this is the best one I've ever read live.
How many extra issues did you need to pick up to understand it?
There is 5 issues of main Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
There are 5 issues of Go-Go Power Rangers, which is only really relevant because of one character. And an awesome original Zord. And there is one issue of Shattered Grid, and I think 1 annual. That is the entire reading.
But how many other things did you need to pick up that had barely anything to do with the story, but added just enough to make it unreadable if you didn't read it?
Remarkably, Andy, none.
It's not a real event then.
It's not a real event book unless it's illegible.
Yep.
But no, I really want to talk about this in depth. Like this book, what happened in this specific issue, because wow, what a concept. What a way to play out a villain, especially a villain who's basically just Tommy. Like, what a high, that is like next level thinking kind of ideas. Ends in a really dark way, and then had that little hope spot at the end, and it just, wow. But I'm not going to talk about any of it, because if I spoil this, I am literally Satan. So go out, read the damn book, and thank me later. All of it, the annuals, everything, because wow, is Finster fucked up. The only thing I'm worried about is that now, the main writer, Kyle Higgins, he's not writing the book going forward. They're moving into a new thing. Because of how Shattered Grid ends, they've now got a new team, which is, let's see, Green Samurai Ranger from Ninja Storm?
Sure.
Yeah. Yellow Zeo, the Spinosaurus Ranger from Dying to Charge. There's an original Ranger, I think it's called the Nova Ranger. There's a blue in there somewhere who's not jumping into my... Oh, Andros from In Space is in there. And the Ranger Slayer is going to be... I think she's the leader of the team. And the Ranger Slayer is... That's a really good design. That's a really good design. But it's being... Like, the writer writes a book, another book I really like called Animosity. So I'm actually like, I think it's going to be good. But obviously, when you're switching creative teams, there's always that little bit of nervousness. But this main run, Kyle Higgins' run, is so good. I've never seen something so uncynically in love with its topic. And still willing to challenge you. Like, the nostalgia's there, but it's not crushing you down.
Yeah.
So good. So good. Anyway, I won't gush anymore, but read the fucking book. Yeah, that's me.
That's
Andy,
Mikey.
what about you?
I've done a bit here and there, some stuff. I've been Uncle Bobby being. I got 3 episodes done with Uncle Bobby B going through the Ring City. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get at least 5 episodes done, completely done, and uploaded before I like make any of them live. Because I'm right near the end as well. I've got probably like max 5 more videos, I think, unless things go horribly wrong before I'm all finished with that, which will be nice. So I've been doing some of that. Yeah. That's taken up a bit of the time. I went to Games Workshop to pick up the free stuff that I got from spending a load last week. And I picked up Mr. Gruff stuff as well, because I was being a nice boy. So I got the Art of Death book, which is the Age of Sigmar book that has all of the artwork from, all of the Death books and all like that. So you've got pieces from Grant Griffith. Who else is in this? Paul Dayton, I think he's in it a lot. It's a nice book. I kind of wish there was a bit more talky talk in it, but it's nice. It's nice for the thing I got. What else was in that? There were 4 lithographs, which are nice, which I'll get into frames at some point. I got my Guardian of Souls figure, which was a special limited edition figure for the Undead. I wanted him rather than the Space Marine, so I got him. I won't talk about what Gruff got, because that's his stuff, so, he can worry about that. I also got a let's see, what is this? I got a nail lacquer shaker. So the reason I got this was because paints in the future will get a bit on the sticky side, and to get them to mix properly, I could just shake them by hand, or I could do it an easy way and put it in this paint, effectively nail varnish shaker, and just do it that way. It for some reason doesn't come with a power supply. Luckily, I've got enough cables that will supply power to it. But it was only £15, so I was like, yeah, this'll do. I just need to get some little beads, some little glass beads to put in it as well to really help the mixing process, because that just makes sense to me. I also got the first issue of Warhammer Conquest, which is a weekly magazine series where you basically get models from Games Workshop and a really kind of tatty magazine, which no one really gives a shit about. Ooh. But you get the models at ridiculously cheap prices compared to the store prices. So I thought, hey, I don't have any 40,000 stuff, so this might be a decent and cheap way to get stuff. So I went, yeah, all right, fine, whatever. For the first issue, which you get 3 intercessors, which are space marines that just have guns, effectively. To make it easier, they're kind of standard marines. You get 3 of them, and you get 3 paints and a brush for £2. And each pot of paint in the store is about £4. So you can kind of work out the value of it just there and then. It's worth getting the first issue if you have any kind of interest at all in Warhammer or anything model related, just because the deal's too good. I mean, you could just get it for the 3 paints alone, and that is still a crazy good deal. But like I say, the magazine's a bit on the wild side. If you already know most of the universe, it's really made for someone who has no idea about it, or who is a kid wanting to get into it as well. So it's perfect for the target audience. For everyone above that level, it's really good for the models. So there's that. I got in through the post some Transformers to talk about. Do you have anything else non-Transformery to talk about? I got my big army painted paint set. So there's a load of paints I can now use to paint. I just need the little beads, like I say, and then I can shake them up all good and proper. So Transformers stuff that I got a Nightbird, Legends Nightbird, all complete and stuff. Had to play with her. She's a neat figure. I like her. The only issue is that you can't peg her neck into her joint properly. Like for the transformation, you kind of push the front part of the neck into this peg in the back, but doesn't really hold down. So the only way you can get it to hold down in a decent way without there being a massive gap is to not have the chest fully pressed down, so there's a small gap between her, I don't know, crotch, abs area and her upper boob area, I guess. And I'd rather have a gap in there than around the neck. Did you have the same problem, Mikey, with yours?
Not really. I thought she held together pretty well.
Okay. I can't see what's wrong with mine, but whenever I do that, the neck just does not hold in place. I thought we talked about this, and you said your neck joint didn't hold together super well either.
I remember we talked briefly, but I think I said mine was okay. But then again, it's been so long since I filled with her to any great degree.
Yeah.
But I'm sure I'm full of a tissue of lies. Maybe.
But I like her a lot. Maybe her chin is a little bit on the long side. That's a bit weird. But the amount of stuff that she gets is neat. It's a shame they didn't fix the problem that the RC figure has, which, you can't put the weapons all the way down into her hand because for some reason she's got the bit on her hand that comes out a little bit too far to push the handles all the way down.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a weird design.
Yeah, I don't know why that was left in for this figure where they, remolded bits of the figure. Why not just fix that little thing as well? I do it myself, but the hands have been painted, so I kind of don't want to do it. Did you do anything with them, Mikey?
No, not in a figure like that.
No, it's a shame, because I'd like to, but I don't at the same time. But I like how you can stick her sides in quite a few different places on her. She's got a lot of weapon storage. It's a neat little figure. Not perfect. The articulation is a bit lackluster in a lot of places, and she does have the big old backpack, which is not a massive hindrance, but it's not amazing either. So it's not nearly as cumbersome as the Windblade Slipstream version, which has those collapsible heels which just flop away all the time. It's not very good at all. This is a better figure than that, but still is not perfect. I also got the Windblade, the Legends Windblade figure. The Titan's Master one that has the Titan head on it as well. So I've got whichever Tiger Master she comes with. I like that figure a lot. It does not transform much though. It really does not have a lot of transformation to it. But that's not entirely a bad thing. It is still a satisfying transformation. It's just quick. I just kind of wish there was a better place you could put the sword in sheath, because I haven't found a decent place to put it in her jet mode at all, which is kind of a bummer. But I like it. I wish the hands had been maybe done in 2 parts, because you've got her forearm part. I wish the hand was its own separate joint so you could twist the wrist, because that limits her a bit. And the fact that they've painted the hands black means that if you try and slide the sword into her hand, it will scrape the paint as it goes. So you need to kind of go at it from the other way.
Yeah,
you got to go in from the open part and then kind of twist it in, and that seems to not scrape the paint off. But yeah, again, like the figure, it's probably the best looking Windblade figure we have out there at the moment, I'd say.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. I'd maybe like a little bit more in terms of the feet. Some ankle tilts would be nice, just to help her pose a bit better. But no, it's a fun figure. She is a thick lady, which is pretty good. Yeah, it's fun. A little Titan Master is quite cute as well. Yeah, I like this figure. It's neat. Was there anything else? I finished watching Fate Unlimited Blade Work. That was a fun little show. I'd always kind of stopped at points because I was like, this is the same fucking show I've seen in Fate's Day Night. But I got to the point finally where I got past that and got into the good stuff, and it was like, oh, this was really good. This was a good show. This was a fun one. It is better than Fate's Day. It has a lot more kind of, oh, this is good. You can tell that they went from Fate Zero, which I still think is my favorite, and they took a lot of the really good elements from Fate Zero and kind of brought them over.
Yeah.
It still kind of loses it in places with some characters. Like, some characters completely drop from the show and you never see them again, and you don't get huge development on some characters. But yeah, it's still very enjoyable. I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. I'd recommend it. Have you seen it, Mikey?
Not Unlimited, no.
Have you seen Fate Zero?
I've seen about half of Fate's Day Night, to be honest.
Oh, Mikey, you should watch Fate Zero.
I know, it's on the list. It's all on the list.
Oh,
it's
Mikey.
It's an extensive list.
Do you know who wrote Zero?
I have an idea.
Who wrote Zero?
Yeah, does his name begin with "Everyone's going to die"?
It might. It might. It's very good.
I think that's because he wrote some of the actual novel games. Novels.
Fuck off, really? Huh.
Porn game novels.
Hey.
Let me check. I'm nearly certain he did. Because I know he was involved with the company that did the stuff, and he started off doing visual novels.
Right.
No, he didn't. But he did do some adaptations for. Yeah. He did. Fate Zero was when he came in. I thought he did the actual original Fate stuff. But no. I tell a lie. He wrote the light novel.
That's not the game though?
No, for Fate Zero. He did not write the actual porn game.
Okay.
But he did write other porn games.
Cool.
I don't know what else to say to that.
Neither do I. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'd say give both. Zero definitely would be the one I'd push harder, but Unlimited Blade was quite good. I'll need to give what was it, Heaven's Feel, the 2-part movie or something a go at some point as well. I'll be doing that at some point in the not too distant future. And I think that's it. I think that's all I've been up to. I can't think of anything else that I've done for fun this week. Though I may have. I just can't remember. So I guess we'll call this the end of the show, Mr. Mikey. Thank you for joining me for this week.
Thank you for having me. It's been a quick one, but ho-hum.
Yeah, well, news. If there ain't no news, what can you do?
I can't talk anime forever, especially when I haven't been watching the right stuff.
Damn it, Mikey. Where can people find you on the internet if you want them to?
You can find me on Twitter as IrishPiano. You can find me on YouTube as eWolfie. 3. It's been a while since I forgot. If you'd like to leave us any feedback for the podcast, the email address is themoonbase2@gmail.com or on Twitter at themoonbase2. If you're on Patreon, keep an eye out. You should have the new August Patreon show, which is me talking about the IDW Godzilla comics. And we'll be recording September's one soon enough, just as soon as me and the guy's schedule comes together.
The guy.
And also, the guy. The mysterious guy. And also, I recorded the second episode of the IDW retrospective with Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast, and Scotty P. So I don't know when that's coming out, but hopefully it won't take too long to hit Patreon and then public. But it was really fun. It was interesting. It's on All Hail Megatron, which actually kind of improves with age. I think in the context of what followed, which was Mike Costa's era.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so Andy, what about you?
Well, we actually have a bit of feedback, which I did tease you with earlier on in the show, so we may as well...
Tickle me balls with it.
I will tickle your balls. From Jason Kirk again. Thank you very much, Jason, for giving us some feedback. Well,
a real person.
If you want to move up in the podcast queue, talking about Godzilla, sure will do it. I've only read a handful of IDW stuff.
Read more.
In Hell... and then it's in brackets, it's got In Hell, Half a Century War, Cataclysm, Oblivion.
Oh, yeah, but you gotta read Rulers of the Earth. You've got... Oh my god, it's so good.
He's so excited to hear this one. He then followed up, because I'm guessing he listened to you waffle. He goes, great job, Mikey. Solo shows aren't always easy, but you did did pretty much nail it. So it appears that the US, at least the IDW run, is still available on Comixology, and most of it is available in the unlimited option.
I lost all my Comixology issues.
Oh no! How?
They got taken down over here. I'm almost certain it was a licensing thing, but
really?
I still fucking paid for them.
So they just took them away from you, effectively, and stole your money.
Went one day, which is pretty much about a year after I paid. And I remember I went back to read Half Century War, and I was just like, yeah, you're not here.
That's some.
And then they came back, and then they went away again.
Huh.
So hey, that's one of the things. Everyone's like streaming and everything else and digital. It's great, but it's never yours.
No, it can be taken away.
You're basically renting stuff, which is why I like that IDW, for Transformers at least, lets you download the PDF, so you do get to keep them that way. But...
Yeah. He continues, I'll definitely be reading Rulers of the Earth based on the show. Otherwise, it sounds like I've already have read most of the better stuff, and I remember really liking Half Century War. But now I want to read it again. And I'll leave you with this obligatory talk about Godzilla movies again plea. I love the GMK show. You two did... Which one was that? Did I do that with you?
GMK was me and Gruff.
Okay. I'm the same guy. It's okay.
I don't think you've seen GMK, have you?
I don't think so. Pretty sure I haven't.
It's the one where Ghidorah's the good guy.
No, I definitely haven't seen that then. And was definitely looking forward to Final Wars, so if you find the time, I'd love to hear more. I hope this is a good place for feedback. It certainly is. Keep it coming.
We can definitely do Final Wars, you and me.
Yeah, because I really like Final Wars. I feel that we've really done it. Have we not done Final Wars?
We did it for a different show.
Did we? Oh man, who did we do it for?
Long time ago. We did it for the Nerd Sphere back in the day.
Oh, let's fucking redo that shit again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be all right with that. I like that movie.
That mustache, man.
Oh, he's glorious. I've stepped away from Twitter for a bit, so this is the easiest way to do it, I figure. But again, great job. Cheers.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you're on Patreon and you can send us something there, we're very happy to hear it.
Yeah, and it's stuff that is really easy for me to manage and find. Because I get an email and it says, you've had a notification, and I go, oh, what is it? Oh, it's a comment. Sweet, okay. Speaking of comments, the worst person who supports us gave us a message, Mikey.
Oh, no.
Nicole.
Oh, no.
Nicole said, love the show, but I love anything Godzilla. So she doesn't think you did anything special. She just loved it because it was
discerning.
Godzilla. Yeah, pretty much.
She's discerning. I bet she likes 1998 Godzilla. And I think she likes it as a Godzilla movie, not as a generic monster movie.
She's a contrarian.
Yeah, like, I can accept one. I can accept liking it as a monster movie. It's not a good one, but I can accept it. If you can like Independence Day, you can like that.
I'm really glad that you didn't say Starship Troopers, because I would have been a bit annoyed if you had.
I was going to.
Boo! Boo!
But because she's just like, oh wow, what a great representation of the classic character. She's doing this being a contrarian.
Oh, Nicole goes, I need to pick up Godzilla in Hell for sure now. And then has a weird...
Actually, yeah, she'll love it. That last issue she'll love that last issue. Because it has, oh my god. It's such a good book, seriously. Did you know I did a show on it?
No idea.
I did a show, Andy. You may have heard about it.
May have had some comments on it. But thank you for all the feedback, you two. Again, if you want to leave us feedback of any kind, please go and do it there. Or on the Facebook page. We may as well just get into the woo-woo. So you can find the podcast on Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, Libsyn. Not Tumblr. That's a lie. That's a dirty lie. We're not doing
We used to
Tumblr.
have a Tumblr.
Yeah. I just stopped using it because it was another thing I had to worry about while uploading the show.
I don't think anyone ever paid attention to it anyway.
I don't think so. No. But we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Libsyn, we're on all those RSS feeds. You can find us on Patreon, patreon.com/Moonbase2, and do $2 each week. And you get the extended versions of From the File of Teletran 2, and a week early, you also get the Moonbase Woo Woo, where Mikey can talk about Godzilla comics. Or in the future, me and Mikey can talk about Final Wars. That'll be probably a thing. I have an idea for two things. One of them could be Halloween, depending on if I can get the two free and available to do something maybe quite fun for Halloween. We'll see. Where else? You can find all my nonsense on the ccbunker.weebly.com, and you can head over to YouTube, Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast, or me as Cobra Commander TFW there as well. And I'm also on Twitter and Tumblr as CCTFW. But again, I don't use Tumblr, so it doesn't really matter. Is that it? Have you done your things, Mikey? I think you did.
I did, yes.
Sweet, then. Yeah, okay.
Send us more feedback. We love hearing from people.
Yes, even if it's on the show, even if you don't think we're very good.
Especially if you don't think we're very good, because I need something to get me riled.
Oh, I can send you horrible messages if you like, Mikey. If you're dying for it.
I need ones I don't expect.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair enough then. Until next week, everybody, we will catch you for another episode of the Moonbase 2 podcast. Catch you later, everyone's.
Woo!
No woo for you.
You are now leaving Moonbase 2.